everyone, welcome to my lecture series. Hope all of you are well. Myself Rinki Bhowmik, Assistant Professor, JIS College of Engineering. This is my 6th lecture. Today we are going to discuss about magnetostatics. Some topics we are going to discuss. First, we will discuss today about Ampere's circuital law. Ampere's circuital law, first we will go through the statement. This law states that the line integral of H around any closed path is equal to the current enclosed by the path. Now let me explain this one. First of all, if we consider this pink one as a conductor, and if we consider a closed path around it. Now this is suppose A. Different closed path, then integration over H dot dl, where H is the magnetic intensity and dl actually signifies the line integration. So if we do the line integration, then it gives us the current. So the line integral of H around closed paths A and B gives the total current I. Integral over path C only gives portion of current that lies within C. So by the circuital law, Ampere's circuital law, what we can get is nothing but the total current around any closed path by the line integration of the magnetic intensity H. This is about the Ampere's circuital law. Now, next is magnetic scalar potential. Magnetic scalar potential can be defined as the change in the potential is equal to, this is the formula from R1 to R2 B dot dr. That means the line integration of the magnetic induction B can give us the magnetic scalar potential. This is totally similar to the electrostatic potential, means the difference or the work done. So this is about the magnetic scalar potential. Next is what is magnetic vector potential. First, nabla dot B equal to 0. This we know, which signifies that monopolar does not exist. Now if nabla dot B equal to 0, then we can write B equal to nabla cross A, where A is the magnetic vector potential. Nabla cross E equal to 0, where E equal to minus nabla phi. Phi is the electric scalar potential. So this is the similarity between the magnetic scalar potential and electric scalar potential. This is about the magnetic vector potential, this is about the electric scalar potential. So finally nabla cross B equal to mu naught J. B equal to nabla cross A is equal to nabla of nabla dot A minus nabla square A. This we can write by the formula, means back minus cap is equal to mu naught J. So since nabla dot A equal to 0, this is Coulomb gauge. By the Coulomb gauge we can write nabla dot A equal to 0. Therefore we can finally write nabla square A equal to minus mu naught J. This is Poisson's equation. J is the current density. Now we will derive force due to magnetic field. Now what is the force due to a magnetic field? F equal to I into L cross B. This is simply the formula by a conductor. When a conductor, through a conductor current conducts, then what will happen? A force can be experienced around the conductor. So the formula is F equal to I into L cross B. L is the length, B is the magnetic field. So F equal to IL B sin theta. This is the force due to magnetic field. This is the formula. Now if we consider Now we know the formula of the force due to a current carrying conductor. So there are two wires. This is first wire, this is the second wire. This is I1, this is I2. This is B1, this is B2. B1 is the magnetic field due to the first wire and B2 is the magnetic field due to the second wire. So if we do this, if we consider these two wires, then a force will be experienced by one wire due to others. So we'll calculate it. Now I1, L1 and L2 B2 current carrying conductors. Here I1 and I2 are separated by a distance A. A is the distance between them, producing magnetic field B1 and B2 respectively. The wires are separated by A and carrying currents I1 and I2 in the same direction. Wire 2 carrying current I2 sets up a magnetic field B2 at the position of wire 1. The direction of the magnetic field B2 is known by using right hand thumb rule and the direction perpendicular to the wire. Now here interestingly F21, that means force on F2 due to 1 is I1 L cross B2. I1 is the current in the wire 1, L is the length, B2 is the magnetic field due to the wire 2. Now since the angle between them is 90 degree, so F21 equal to I1 L B2. Therefore the force F21 equal to I1 L mu I2 by 2 pi A, where B2 is actually the expression of B2 we have kept here, mu I2 by 2 pi A. A is the distance between the two wires, I2 is the current which is passing through the wire 2. Now the force due to magnetic field, F by L means force per unit length. So if we go to the previous slide, this is the expression. So if we divide it by the length L, then we are getting I1 mu I2 by 2 pi A. F by L equal to, so F prime equal to I1 mu I2 by 2 pi A, that means mu I1 I2 by 2 pi A. So this is the force. The direction of F1 is towards the other conductor and is determined by using the right hand rule. This is about the F1. Now as the new force is directly proportional to I1 and I2, so the new force of wire and wire 2 over each other will be same. This is very interesting, means if we know the force experienced by one wire, that will be same with the wire 2 also. So the expression is same. The magnetic force that wire 1 exerts on wire 2 is equal in magnitude to and opposite in direction to F1. F1 on 2, 2 on 1. That means one wire will experience a force due to wire 2 and another wire will experience force due to wire 1. So wire 1 and wire 2 will attract to each other. That means here we are getting some attractive force. So thank you for today. This is about the force due to a current carrying conductor, and also we have calculated the force due to two wires, means some currents are passing through those two wires, and also we discussed about Ampere's circular law and also the magnetic scalar and vector potential. Here one thing also I want to say that we have to remember the expression of the magnetic scalar and vector potential also, and also the expression of the force by a current carrying conductor, because to do some numerical also we have to use those formula. So thank you for today. Hope you have enjoyed my lecture, and if you have any query, then please feel free to ask.